everyone. I'm your host, Ashleigh Clyde, reporting for Kids First. Today, I am joined by two extraordinary women who have brought a beloved icon back to the center stage. Mallory Lewis, an Emmy Award-winning performer, author, and daughter of the legendary Shari Lewis. She is also joined by Lamb Chop. And Lisa Dapolito, the Emmy-nominated filmmaker behind the touching new documentary, Shari and Lamb Chop. This film celebrates the life, legacy, and lasting joy that Shari Lewis and Lamb Chop brought to millions. Welcome, Miss Lewis and Miss Dapolito.
Don't go to me, and I welcome too.
Yes, you are, Lamb Chop.
Hi, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
Hello. So, Lisa, we can start with you. So, this documentary was absolutely amazing, and it shines a really bright light on Shari's career and also her resilience in the industry. What was the most surprising or meaningful discovery you made while researching her life?
I guess I didn't really realize how talented Shari was. I knew Shari and Lamb Chop, but I didn't know that Shari was a singer, a dancer, a magician, a origami maker, everything. And then I didn't realize, like, Lamb Chop is so seamless. I didn't realize like her amazing skill that she can do two puppets at the same time and sing. And I don't think there's anyone else who can do that. I mean, maybe there is, but I guess I was surprised by the enormous talent and the hard work that she put into being Shari Lewis.
Right. And that's very interesting. And so, Mallory, to you, you've continued your mom's legacy for over 2 decades. What is it like to watch someone else tell your family story on screen? And how did it feel seeing the final version on film?
Well, I was very lucky because as the estate, you don't get to make creative decisions. You don't get to tell the story. Otherwise, it's a home video. It is not a documentary. But I did get to pick the director. And when I met Lisa, we literally burst into tears talking to each other in like the first 10 minutes. And I knew I could trust her with my mom's story. And so Lisa loves digging around in storage containers that are dirty and dusty and filled with spiders and looking at old tapes. So I happened to have one of those. And so I set up a pop-up tent outside of the trailer and a big white table. And Lisa was like, "Oh, this is amazing. Come play in the storage container." And I'm like, "Peace out. I'll be on TikTok in the house. Come get me when you're done." So, but Lisa really she showed my mom as a human being, which, a lot of people watch mom when they were little kids. And so they didn't see mom as a human being because little kids do not see grown-ups as human beings. They're walking food pantries and wallets and sources of amusement. But now all of mom's kids are adults. And so this is a wonderful opportunity for an adult to take their inner child to a movie their inner child wants to see, but the adult gets to meet an old friend. So Lisa did a beautiful job of really making mom a human being, not just a little lady who plays with puppets in a box in your living room.
Right. And I got that from the film also. It was beautifully done. And Lisa, to that point, this film really explores really shares groundbreaking work, like you guys were mentioning, as a female creator, especially in a male-dominated industry, especially during that time. So how did you ensure this theme came through authentically in the documentary?
Shari was always a producer. She was always in charge of her career and her life. So she had people around her who supported her, but she made the decisions. And so I think that was really, really important for me to show, or something that I really believed in. I mean, I'm not really sure, but I think only Shari and Lucille Ball at that time were making those decisions as a producer. And the Shari Lewis show was the Shari Lewis show.
Well, and mom used to say to young women who were in the entertainment industry, you must become your own writer. You must become your own producer. Otherwise, you are at the mercy of old white men in the towers, meaning the two twin towers in Century City, in which is where the networks used to be, in the towers, choosing you. But if you create your own material and you produce your own material and you run your own business, then you are the master of your fate.
Very powerful. And I really resonated with this theme. I know a lot of others will resonate with this theme, especially as a young female professional. So, and Miss Lewis, so Lamb Chop has become a multi-generational icon. How
Yes,
do
I'm
you
an
keep
internet. I'm an influencer.
There is
absolutely Lamb Chop?
500,000 followers. How crazy is that?
I know, it's so interesting. And that's my question to you both is, you know, with the message of keeping your mother's legacy consistent and fresh for today's audience, especially on social media, how do you continue Lamb Chop's legacy?
Well, it's interesting because again, I am not performing for children. TikTok children shouldn't be on TikTok. Children, you know, at least, I mean, they are, but they shouldn't. So I'm performing for men and women, 70% women, ages 25 to 55. So the content that Lamb Chop and I discuss is appropriate for adults. Some of it is just pure encouragement,
Like when I do words of wisdom from Lamb Chop.
but some of it
Is highly political.
highly. But, you know, as a creator and as an influencer, you have to use your influence. Otherwise, you're just taking. You have to speak out against what's wrong and speak up for what is right. And sometimes people will say to me, "Oh, your mother would be horrified that you're saying things like that." And I laugh because this is the woman who campaigned for Al Gore. This is the woman who testified in front of Congress. So I love the fact that people feel so connected to mom that they can tell me what she would or wouldn't have done, but they're wrong. I knew her better. So
Yeah, and Lisa, I just want to say I have one teeny tiny complaint about the movie.
Uh-oh, what is that?
I think the title is stupid. It should have been Lamb Chop and Shari, not Shari and Lamb Chop. I should have gotten top billing.
I think, I think you're right, but it might be too late to change it, but we could try.
You know what? You could do a whole other documentary just on me.
True, that's true.
This has been so great. Thank you guys so much. Again, this film was absolutely incredible. I know that from people from every single generation, and I said this in my review, and I'm going to say it to you guys. Miss Shari was an amazing individual, and I'm so glad her story is finally getting the light that it deserves. And I know that this film will definitely resonate with so many audiences. So thank you so much.
you're
Thank
so
you.
welcome.
Ashleigh, you're the best, and I'm sorry Mallory was late.
Okay. You, Ashleigh.
Well, thank you all for sharing your time and your beautiful work with us. Shari and Lamb Chop opens in theaters on July 18th, 2025, and it's a must-watch for families, fans, and anyone who believes in the power of joy and legacy. I'm Ashleigh Clyde reporting for Kids First. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any reviews just like this one. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.